I'm Ken Fobb. This is NewsNet, Baton Rouge. Grab a tea or coffee as I go over with you headlines and news from our local area and region. On Wednesday, an East Baton Rouge Parish jury convicted former LSU student Matthew Naquin for criminal negligent homicide stemming from the 2017 alcohol-related hazing death of 18-year-old fraternity pledge Max Groover. 6 jurors decided after deliberating for only 1 hour that Naquin, a 21-year-old, is guilty for the negligent homicide of Groover on the night of September 13, 2017. The victim, Max Groover, from Roswell, Georgia, had been on the campus of LSU for only 1 month when he died of alcohol poisoning in what authorities described as a hazing ritual called Bible study at the Phi Delta Theta fraternity house. According to evidence presented at the trial, Phi Delta Theta pledges, which included Max Groover, were ordered to drink by chugging down 190 proof liquor. Groover died the following morning, and his blood alcohol level was found to be at 0.495, which is 6 times the legal limit to drive in Louisiana. An autopsy also showed that THC, the chemical found in marijuana, was also present in Groover's body. Trial testimony and court documents found in the case showed that Matthew Naquin was directly involved in the hazing and that he was warned by other fraternity members just prior to Groover's death to tone down his interactions with the pledges because his actions were extreme and dangerous. Now that the trial is over and Naquin has been found guilty, Max Groover's father, Stephen Groover, said, quote, "We want this to send a message to the country that hazing should not exist." He went on to say, "It's dangerous and we have to all work together to bring an end to it," close quote. Matthew Naquin's sentencing date has been set to take place on October 16th of this year. He faces punishment from as little as probation up to as much as 5 years in prison under Louisiana law. I will keep you posted. Arrangements for the funeral of slain historian and activist Sadie Roberts Joseph have been made. The Baton Rouge community, along with her family, will conduct a celebration of life for her, which will take place on Monday, according to her family. This celebration will begin at 10 a.m. and will take place at the Living Faith Christian Center located at 6180 Winborn Avenue. Those in attendance are being asked to wear black-colored clothing or clothing with African print in her honor. Sadie Roberts Joseph was a local and nationally renowned African-American historian from Baton Rouge who was found suffocated in the trunk of her own vehicle behind an abandoned house in Baton Rouge on Friday of last week. She was 75 years old. The Baton Rouge community and region continues to mourn for her loss. A 3-judge Fifth Circuit Appellate Court panel has ruled that St. James Parish prosecutors violated grand jury secrecy rules. As a result, the panel has thrown out a nearly 3-year-old criminal corruption indictment filed against St. James Parish President Timmy Roussel. The panel says it found that prosecutors improperly disclosed and gave opinion on grand jury testimony to other grand jury witnesses in 2016 to the point where the disclosures may have exerted prejudice and influence on the other witnesses as well as the grand jurors themselves. Defense attorneys have described the indictment itself and the prosecution's actions as being politically motivated and that they stemmed from a dispute between Parish President Roussel and the district attorney's office. In some sad news coming from near the campus of LSU, Louisiana State Police say a teenager was fatally struck by an SUV on Tuesday night. Detectives say Sarah James, a 19-year-old from Mons, Louisiana, was struck and killed by a 2001 GMC Yukon while she was trying to cross Nicholson Drive. The crash happened in the 4400 block of Nicholson Drive around 11:39 p.m. on Tuesday past. Police are currently saying that alcohol or drug impairment are not suspected on part of the driver of the Yukon at this point. According to an LSU newspaper, Sarah James was an LSU biological engineering sophomore, and she was a member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. Sarah James had just turned 19 years old back on June 17th. The St. James United Methodist Church of Desterham, Louisiana, posted a statement saying, quote, "Our community is deeply saddened by the loss of Sarah James," close quote. Police say the investigation is still ongoing. These have been headlines and news from our local area and region. I'm yours truly, Ken Fobb. I'll see you next time right here on NewsNet, Baton Rouge. Have a safe and great weekend.